Gentlemen, if you want to know what women really notice in a man, then this is the one for you. There are some things that they said that might surprise you. Some things that they didn't say might surprise you even more. Then later on, I will introduce you to an Italian singer. I will show you a little snippet of his video. He's an artist with a big heart, and I'm sure with many stories to tell. You're not going to want to miss it, so don't go anywhere.
Touch me, touch me, just let the fun begin. Teach me.
So, I asked my ladies on Facebook, my family members, my girlfriends, I asked them to tell me what they noticed in a man, and they showed up and they showed out. They told me exactly what they noticed in a man. Some of the things I agree with, some of the things I don't, but the ladies have spoken, so let's get into it, shall we? Voice. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's nice if a man has a nice warm tone to his voice, a little bit deep, you know, a lot of bass in there, but not too much. I like a man with a little bit of a husky voice too, but then that's just me, I guess. But yeah, definitely the voice plays a part. You don't want him to be whispering sweet nothings in your ear, and instead of hearing no, like Barry White, you hear, hi darling, how are you? No, we don't want to hear no mice in our ears. So definitely a nice voice has its part. For me personally, it's not one of the most important things, but I get why some women would like that. Hands. Yes, I agree with that. Nice hands that are well lotioned. I know a lot of guys don't like lotion, but you know, every now and again you got to do what you've got to do. Nice manicured fingernails, no gunk underneath the nails. And my personal favorite is a man with nice veiny hands. Oh, I love it. I like to touch them and squish the veins. But yeah, I find that very attractive. And if he has a watch on, a real watch, not one of those sports watches, but a real watch with nice hands, nice manicured nails, and beautiful thick veins, yeah, that definitely hits the spot. Confidence. Oh yeah, definitely, I agree with that. Although, I do like a guy that's a little bit shy. But yeah, confidence is very attractive. A man that knows what he wants, he says what he wants, he talks to you and he makes you know that he wants you. He's confident in himself. That's a very, very attractive thing. I would also add, it's nice when a man is also confident in his abilities. If something happens, I don't know, you're out on your first date and your heel breaks and he says, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it, I'll handle it, I'll fix it. That's a confident man. That's a man who knows that he can do things, he can adjust things, and he can make things right for you. Confidence in a man is important. So that's definitely a plus for me. Personality. I find it strange that the ladies added personality, because personality can mean so many different things for so many different people. I like a guy who's kind of shy. I like a guy who's funny. Some women maybe don't like that. So I guess it's what you're looking for. You can't just be sitting there like a log. You have to have something to say for yourself. Look me in the eye, or you're too shy to talk, or you don't want to talk. No. So having a little bit of pizzazz in your personality definitely goes a long way too. Eyes. I agree with that one, absolutely. And it doesn't have to be the color of his eyes that is beautiful. It's the expression in them. It's what's lying behind them. The way he looks at you. The way when he talks, and if his eyes twinkle. Those kind of things I find really attractive, and why I think eyes is so important. There's a reason why they say eyes are the window to the soul, because you can really see who the person is. When he's talking to you and you look into them, you want to feel yourself swooning and getting lost. Listen, I told you before in one of my other videos that I like Hallmark movies. So excuse me if I'm a little bit cheesy, but it is what it is. Nice shaped head and neck. Honestly, I don't even know what to say to that one. Do I agree with it? No, not really. It's not something that I personally look at. I've never looked at a guy and thought, oh my God, no, his head and neck. Not unless it's really kind of huge, I guess. But no, not even then. No, I don't think I ever have. That's kind of weird. But my ladies have spoken. There you go. Shoes. Now, if you've listened to my other videos, and if you haven't, why haven't you? Please subscribe to the channel. That way you'll always know when I upload. If you've seen my other videos, you will know that shoes is a big thing. It's one of the first things that I look at in a man. I have to see what kind of shoes he wears, because in my head, and I don't know if it's right or not, but in my head, the shoes determine a bit his personality, his character. It doesn't have to be expensive shoes. It doesn't have to be classical or fancy shoes, but it has to be shoes that are well taken care of, shoes that are not scuffed, shoes where the heel isn't leaned to one side, that kind of thing. If he takes care of his shoes, that means that he takes care of other things too. So yeah, definitely shoes is a big part for me and a lot of ladies too. Pay for meals. Now, what I think they mean by pay for meals, I hope they mean for like the first date, because I don't necessarily believe that every time you go out with a guy that he has to pay all the time, at least offer every now and again. So no, but I am traditional to a certain extent, and I do believe that the first date at least, the guy should pay. If you've asked the young lady out, then I think it's only fair and only right that you pay. Should you pay always? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman offering to pay when you go out every now and again. But definitely the first one, if on the first date a guy doesn't pay for me, that would be a definite no-no. Beard and hair. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Now, I personally like a bald head and a goatee. That's the kind of look that attracts me. But if a guy has lots of hair and lots of facial hair, if it's well groomed, shaped and leveled up, then chances are that he's very conscious of his appearance and he's going to take care of other things like his hands, his nails and his clothes. So definitely it says a lot. Even though it's something that I personally may not have picked out, I kind of get it and I see why for some women it's important. How they eat. Now again, I'm assuming this is like the first date, so it's not like the first thing that you notice. And yeah, how they eat. Yeah, you don't want a guy to be shoveling food into his mouth and with every morsel. You don't want a guy to be putting ketchup over everything or hot sauce. No, definitely not. Although I must say, I personally find a man with a healthy appetite rather attractive. I don't know the rest of you ladies, but I do. I like to see a man appreciate his food and eat with, because he's enjoying it. How he eats is important. And if he wipes his mouth with a napkin or if he just uses the back of his hand, good Lord. His bottom and thick legs. So, okay, there are women out there that look at a guy's ass and his thick legs. It's not something that I look at. But if he has a nice derriere and if his legs are nice and thick, then yeah, who's going to say no to that? If he has a nice, and if his legs are nice and strong, it gives you the idea that he's ready to take control, that he's in charge, that he's ready to pounce if need be. Bring on the big buttocks and the nice thick legs. How they smell. Absolutely. You don't want a guy to kind of lean in and put his hand around you and then your eyes start watering because it's pungent. No, that's not it. You want him to smell of something nice and fresh and masculine. Us women, we like things like musk, white musk. We like those kind of smell. What we don't like is ancient musk, where the armpit hasn't been washed for 7 days. You know, that ancient antique kind of stench. No bueno. Definitely would like a man to bath or take a shower every day, to change his underwear every day, to always wear nice clean clothes. Absolutely. Personal hygiene for me, if anything, is on the top of the list, because a stinky man, no. That said, the only time that I would accept a guy sweaty and stinky is after he's worked out. Don't tell me I'm the only one who feels that way. I promise you I'm not. Or am I? I don't know. But I do find it attractive. But that's the only time that it's acceptable to be stinky, gentlemen. And that is after the gym. Nobody said this. None of the ladies said it. But so I'm going to add it. So it's my own personal addition. And that is the chest and the biceps. A man's upper body is pretty, something that I notice, especially if he wears like a t-shirt that cuts in halfway in his biceps so you can see the bulge. The bulge of his biceps, ladies. Are terrible, but you know what I mean. And if he has a nice chest, a little bit sculpted. I'm not saying it has to be anything crazy. I'm not saying it has to be Mr. Universe, but just a little bit of something is very attractive, I have to say. Now, another thing that nobody has mentioned, but I'm going to throw it in there, and that's tattoos. I do like a man with tattoos, especially if it's something original, something that's kind of different and eye-catching. And I really do like the sleeve. That's the whole of an arm that tells a story. Absolutely love it. Very, very attractive. I really do like a man with tattoos. Now we've come to the last one. Any guesses on what that is? Drum roll, please. That's a terrible, terrible drum roll. I'm almost embarrassed. Let's have a real one. The number one thing that women notice in a man is his teeth. It's across the board. Nearly all the ladies said it. His teeth. There you have it, gentlemen. Yeah. And I would add breath. Oral hygiene is important. You want to have nice teeth, but also take care of your breath. You don't want somebody leaning in and it smells like 20 babies crapped in his mouth. Ugh. So definitely teeth are important, and dental hygiene. And that's what ladies look for. Now, the things that surprised me that no woman said is money. Now, somebody mentioned money, but it was a man trolling in a very funny and humorous way, but he was trolling. Money. No woman said that. And I must admit that surprises me. Does it surprise you? It shows how it surprises me. Would I have put it on the list as something that I would notice in a man? You know what? Probably. But not because I want him to spend the money on me, but because I want to know that he's financially stable, that he's able to take care of his stuff, that he's able to pay his rent or his mortgage, that he's able to buy his clothes, that he's able to pay for his car and petrol and things like that. I'm not saying that would be the be all and end all, but I would definitely, cast an eye, have a quick look, but that's me. Another thing that nobody mentioned, which really surprised me, is height. Does it surprise you too? Leave a comment down below and let me know if it surprises you that women aren't looking for height and money, because it really surprised me. Women don't seem to care about men's height. I think a lot of men think that women do. Is it important to me? A little bit. I have to be honest, a little bit, because I'm tall. And maybe I'd feel a little bit uncomfortable. But there are other things more important. Absolutely. Leave a comment down below if it surprises you that nobody mentions height. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as I said in the beginning, I want to introduce to you an Italian artist by the name of Loris Palmieri. I had the pleasure of speaking to him, and he really is a beautiful soul. He really has an amazing spirit. I have been singing his song for the past few days, no lie, because I love it so much. And the strange thing is that it's not really the genre of music that I listen to or that I even know much about. But that is a power of music. When a song is beautiful, when a song tells a story, it doesn't matter what genre it is, it's gonna hit you in the heart. And that's what this song has done for me. But why am I still talking?
Angie, ciao, sono Loris Palmieri da Bari e saluto tutto il pubblico di Live Soundtrack con un mega abbraccio. Kiss!
His song is called La Gente Parla, La Gente Dice, which translated means people talk, people say. Loris, do your thing.
Ero un bambino, immaginavo il mondo come una strada infinita. La gente parla, la gente dice, per abitudine certamente, qualcosa che gli frulla nella mente, non è vero niente. La gente parla, la gente dice, per abitudine certamente, qualcosa che gli frulla nella mente, non è vero niente.
Now, if you liked it as much as I do, then you can go over to his YouTube channel, which is Loris Palmieri, and see the entire video, and others too. Thank you, Loris, for being a part of my life soundtrack. Now, thank you so much for stopping by. I can't wait to see you soon. But until then, be kind to yourself and to others. Happy Easter. Bye for now. Ciao.